my friends in Miami-Dade. So we'll see how that goes. And, you know, Willie, we mentioned that Donald Trump's attempt to paint Biden as a racist, that he was doing that off the latest comments. But we've been talking about this for a while on this show, that Donald Trump, unfortunately for his campaign, can't take Biden on so many issues because it always opens Donald Trump himself up to a more severe counterattack. Like, okay, let's just take the issue of racism.
He's a Mexican. We're building a wall between here and Mexico. The answer is he is giving us very unfair rulings.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States. But Trump comes along and said, birth certificate. He gave a birth certificate. Whether or not that was a real certificate, because a lot of people question it, I certainly question it. Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest?
I don't know anything about David Duke, okay? I don't know anything about what you're even talking about with white supremacy or white supremacists. You wouldn't want me to condemn a group that I know nothing about.
You also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
The president using an expletive to describe Africa and Haiti.
President Trump accused of reaching a new low, telling a group of progressive Democratic congresswomen to, quote, go back and help fix the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came.
Or, of course, we have, and we're going to get to all of this, we also have Donald Trump's attempt to say Joe Biden doesn't have the mental abilities to be president.
I say he's not competent to be president. To be president, you have to be sharp and tough and so many other things. He doesn't even come out of his basement. Defeat the coronavirus, the coronavirus surgical gowns. We have no contingency plan. Administer convalescent plasma and cefahide. So that's 1,870,000 tests. To use the Defense Production Act and the Defense Production Act, hydroxychloroquine and hydroxychloroquine. Remdesivir. I thank them for their unwavering devotion, immense pride, and the selflessness. The bravery of our truck drivers transfusing it into six patients very, very, very powerfully. So sick patients. I am confident that by counting and continuing, taking action to suspend the internet made it so big. I'll show you some of the latest, just the data to the highest level of activists. I mean, if you take a look at Pernod Ricard since 1917, which was the Spanish flu. 1917, the pandemic, like nobody's seen since 1917.
Of course, Donald Trump, of course, saying that Joe Biden was too close to China.
Joe Biden's policies put China first and America last.
Joe Biden's entire career has been a gift to the Chinese Communist Party and to the calamity of errors that they've made. They made so many errors.
Do you trust that we're going to know everything we need to know from China?
I do. I have a great relationship with President Xi. We just signed probably the biggest deal ever made.
I just spoke to President Xi last night, and, we're working on the problem, the virus. It's a very tough situation, but I think he's going to handle it. I think he's handled it really well. If you can count on the reports coming out of China, that spread has gone down quite a bit. The infection seems to have come down over the last 2 days. As opposed to getting larger, it's actually gotten smaller. China seems to be making tremendous progress. Their numbers are way down.
Yeah, and of course, on January 24th, he tweeted that the American people were grateful to President Xi for being so transparent and doing such a good job on the coronavirus.